Breaking news, Mr. and Mrs. America. The French are on the offensive. Breaking news, breaking news. The French have broken through the West Wall and are driving deep into the German interior. I don't do an old newsy radio announcement thing well, but the French have gone on the offensive and look like they have broken through the Maginot Line. They are poised to go into the Rotwell Forest, where there was a major synthetic oil plant historically. I don't know that there's one now because TRE has not been installed. So that is the news. Oh, and the Germans are unable to close off this Polish resistance element there. But yes, the war in Europe continues, and we are watching it from afar. Japan and its allies are in the Axis, but I believe still at peace. Yes, so good for them. Anybody else in the Axis? I was like Bulgaria or something. No, I guess not. Okay, good. Well, we're going to continue here. Oh, of course, this is Gamer 1745 here, playing Black Ice for Hearts of Iron 3, and we're of course playing as the U.S.A. Okay. These are going to cost about 2,000 a piece once we do them, so we're going to wait just a little more to get one each. One a radio show thingy, two a big building, big institution. Really, it's not so much a building, but it's an institution. I was watching Chin and Phil's channel talking about Admiral King, who was the basically head of, well, he calls him during the biography God Emperor of the U.S. Navy eventually, because he holds two of the important positions. But he was talking about Annapolis, and when he was going to Annapolis or early teaching at Annapolis, before World War I kind of thing, that some of them were temporary. Some of the buildings at the Naval Academy there were temporary buildings put up during the American Civil War still. So yeah, some of the stuff with the War Department wasn't much of a institution, shall we say. Not that it didn't exist, just super heavy battleship armor thickness advances. Where is grayed out? There. Oh no, that's battleship. Super heavy battleship. Okay. Okay, we're going to, just in case. Don't know if this. Don't know what. Whether those are the Yamato class battleships or the Iowa class battleships, or was it something bigger? Because I know Hitler had some, I don't know, H class or whatever, I forget what it was, some sort of dream, 24-inch gun, monsters that of course were ridiculous and might float, but might not move anywhere in any sort of effective speed. Single engine prototype. Okay, grayed out. But which allows us to start researching there, but I think we will get to some of those. But let's first see about getting into. Let's do light bombers. I think that'll be enough to... Okay, pause. Let's... Well, so used to doing this as Germany and knowing what I wanted to do more or less. Okay, we're not looking at the shows. We've done advanced education. Major movie studio was appropriately granted to us at the start. Hollywood. And we've got imperial seat of government now. War ministry? Well, that could probably wait till 1941 because these are all organizational, office recruitment, sure, but rest are organizational benefits, which don't mean much to us. Money, well, we could use money, but I don't think that's a major, but a lot more consumer good. So I don't know that we're going to do money. Probably not going to be a big enough. Ruling party support I don't want to bring down. So you could balance it off at Palace of the Party. Foreign Ministry, okay, espionage, counter-espionage, ruling party support up and changing neutrality down. Okay, national revolt risk down. Collective arms we can't do because it's not this thing. Let's look here. Well, we did just start as part of the reason it's so bad, but yeah, let's do that. Weird police headquarters building. So we're going to build the J. Edgar Hoover building, as it were, which wasn't built until well after World War II. Yeah, so money 1,000 down. Okay, a little less than I thought. Gain 5%. And that gives us still enough here, I think. We have small entertainment show and small heroic bills because we got not enough here. Okay, news and politics. Oh, we need 5,000. Okay, well, let's see. We could wait for that. Territorial pride, ruling party support, national unity. Small heroic tales, territorial pride, national unity, and entertainment shows, reducing consumer goods, which currently we're not needing. So I think we're going to wait to get more money. It hopefully won't be too long. Now we have this here. Hopefully that will be. It's gotten away from red in a lot of places. Okay, let's see. German blueprint stolen. Well, great. Good, good, good. Infantry anti-tank weapons to level 5. Nice. Nav tactics advance. And naval strike tactics have advance. Well, I like those a lot, but let's see about getting some of these up and going. And then let's take a quick look over here. So we've got that, which does help us for those couple of units there, but really just makes researching this a little easier when the time comes. So if you're still watching and you want to continue this series, I think I'm having bad viewing numbers for this series right now. I know there's a meme with some, well, I don't know if it's levels of meme, but some people's complaints is Gamer doesn't finish these series, and that puts people off, and I know that to be the case, but I also know, look, if people aren't going to watch this, why am I going to make this series? And if you don't know about YouTube, if your videos don't do well, when you put a different video up, you know, a Hearts of Iron 4 video up or something like that, that maybe has somewhat of a different audience, YouTube won't suggest it to people because they just, your videos aren't doing well. So some videos, and I do this, I know put some stuff up there, will drag other videos down, so they're not independent things, and it can be different series, and it doesn't relate to games. And even if it's like a Order of Battle or Panzer Corps or whatever that it might be, that is down, well, you know, drags other things down. So I am giving this series a chance to get to the war. If it doesn't do well once it gets to the war, which is almost double the number of current views and people watching more than just, you know, 30 seconds of it for a view, I'm going to have to end this series. So I'm taking the hit now, guys. So please help me out. Watch this series. You can even, after you get done watching an episode, just start the episode over. Turn the audio off and minimize the screen so it plays in the background, and go play a different game or go watch a different YouTube video or whatever it is, but just so long as it's playing and it sees it as another view through, that would help immensely. And if just 10 or 20 of you were to do that once, that would really, because also it says if you watch something more than once, YouTube prioritizes it higher than, you know, a different person watching it. So those are all really helpful things if you want to see this series go through to a reasonable conclusion. You know, defeat of Japan and Germany kind of thing. I need viewers. I'm not saying that something else is going to do better, because we're going to be testing something about here coming soon. Probably after you see this, but maybe before. I don't know, about a shadow ban test that we've sort of trying out. So I think I may be the shadow ban as well. Not because I really think they think I'm some great effective opponent of the new social justice order or something, but I just think because I use terms like Hitler and Nazi enough that, you know, when I'm not going to talk around him or them in a World War II based thing. I understand why successful YouTubers and successful even game YouTubers that occasionally play World War II might want to avoid those things because their channel isn't based on it. But with my channel the way it is, yes, giant infrastructure projects. But of course, and I did have a couple of videos removed for hate speech or flagged for hate speech or whatever. I think it was removed, and I got them overturned because I actually got Team YouTube on Twitch to have somebody go in and look, and they go, yep, because I said, hey, yes, I'm talking about Hitler and the Nazis and all this stuff, but I'm warning against their evils Land-based radar. So yeah, and they had somebody actually come in and look because it was community flagged supposedly. So supposedly somebody saw it, probably more the thumbnail of the video, but I don't know, and flagged that, or something I maybe said early on that they took offense to and flagged it. Yeah. More. Let's do radius at me. New project. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Damn. Nope, not with Iran, even if we are going to do that, which I'm very not sure if we will. 5,000. So let's go to 6,000. We'll get to things like medicine eventually. Electro steel welding technology, good. And and so things like that. And even though they did remove the thing, the hate speech thing on those videos, it may be still dragging the channel down in the algorithms. Not that I'm agreeing that there is such a thing as definable hate speech. And it is hate speech. One, if you look into it, one layer down, it is not hate speech in any of the that I know of, and of course I don't know everything in the world out there, but anything that I know of, any of the laws on hate speech, places like Canada where they actually have laws on hate speech, they don't ban hate speech. They ban hate speech for particular classes of people, categories of people. They like to categorize people. So you can do hate speech all day long. You know, hate Trump, hate Nazis. Yeah, you can do that all day long. But hate somebody's gender, hate somebody's sexuality. Oh, you can't do that. That's illegal. You know, where it's actually a law, or whether it's terms of service or advertiser friendly guidelines or something like that. You know, and so, you know, and literally, you know, when you say hate speech, well, and it's so nebulous too, because you can go, I hate this, like I hate chocolate ice cream. Is that hate speech against chocolate ice cream? Well, I guess technically, because you've used the word hate and it's against chocolate ice cream, which I love chocolate ice cream, but if you go in with that kind of idea, yeah, okay, you can have speech that's hating on chocolate ice cream, or you can have hate speech of people who like chocolate ice cream. That would be against people, but defined as a group that likes chocolate ice cream. So yeah, and if you're using the term, so technically, but what the problem with a lot of hate speech is I think people who hate let me rephrase it. I think people who like chocolate ice cream are stupid. They'll define that as hate speech. If you were to change chocolate ice cream to something else, and I'm not going to go there. So, you know, just because you think somebody is stupid, but that's their identity. Yeah, well, you may think that's stupid. They take that as being hate speech. Not that you hate the person, not that you even hate what they're doing, you just think it's stupid. Now, you might hate the person, or you might hate what they're doing. But it just because they, any sort of disagreement is termed hate speech when they haven't actually done any of that. And that is what is wrong with all of these hate speech laws and not. Okay, well, now that we got that, we can, and now that we're doing most of the things that here. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do these instead. Just get bulkhead layout kind of thing, which is that. Vertical protection, which is rounds coming in, but our bombs. Yeah, we'll do these two here. Okay, we've got the armor thickness. Probably don't need to go any heavier on that to unlock battleship classes. Like 41 for the 42 levels. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to do we'll have to do these or not. I don't know, but we're going to do some of these just to sort of finish off capital ship armaments, probably. And now definitely these kind of things are going to be worked on over time because they'll upgrade normally without having to put them back through the production line. And but not basically my plan here is to once we get done with all of these various levels of research, not saying I'm not going to do more of them in the future, but what I'm going to do is stop concentrating on them and making sure all the other stuff, is up to date. Whether it is the upgradable parts of a ship, like which here might be, CAG focus and whatnot, or light anti-aircraft guns, or AP ammo and HE ammo. Make sure all of these are upgraded first and fully, as well as things like artillery and infantry and tanks, and all that stuff is all prioritized. We're gonna shift over for prioritizing those, and we're gonna stop on core naval architecture improvements. And we're going to stop all of that, and so and push forward on other things. Basically from now on, get the other stuff up and going. And then if, because of the amount of leadership we have, basically amount of leadership and everything else, if that's all doing so well, then sure, yes, we can come back in, so improve later production. But I really don't know how much at later, because hey, look, if Japanese are coming out with some super battleships and super carriers, actually get the Taiho carrier that was rather advanced for Japan, and I think advanced generally, but badly trained, so they destroyed it themselves. Well, sort of. We damaged it, but their fire suppression system that they had ended up backfiring because of poor training. Rushing the submarine out to get it out into operation. Okay, I don't know that we're going to build long-range submarines. I don't know how much. America did not, to the best of my knowledge, use any support submarines. They just built submarines. Well, they had some earlier. I don't know that really at World War II if they had coastal submarines. Earlier on, they did. but it's the S class, I believe. That was sort of a medium range submarine, not really fit for Atlantic warfare. Leaving Pearl Harbor and cruising out here, kind of thing. It was more, this sort of range, or whatever. So useful. And we probably will build some coastal submarine just for practicals. But hey, we can, if Britain holds the Mediterranean, open here or somewhere, or here or wherever, we can put them in and have them, go after Italy, or base them out of Britain and go after, stuff coming from Norway or whatever. I mean, there's usefulnesses of some of the submarines. It doesn't mean, okay, Venezuela, no. Okay, capital ship engines and boilers. Okay, grayed out. Well, a lot of the submarines we are going to be doing as long-range submarines. Might not be as necessary as I'm thinking, because we may be able to hold places like Guam and the Philippines, which to base submarines out of here. But if we lose all of those and lose something like Wake and Midway Island, and having enough trouble down here, we might very well need to take out from Honolulu and raid into their ship turbines, which I'm presuming is, yes, grayed out. Velocity gun. Do that. Almost 100. How is last episode? Oh, we're still building up. I think it was based as like 75 added to it, and I think there was like 13 base already. Hopefully it was a friendly steal. So maybe all of my coal field improvements that we did would have been are unnecessary. That's quite possible, because I don't know that we were ever going to be in danger of actually bottoming out. Okay, submarine, yes. No. Okay. We're going to appease them. That, of course, is the appropriate thing to do. Days gone by. Okay, well, now we're all green. All good. Well, isn't that special? Okay, so -4 from free press. No, it's positive. Oh yeah, +4. And normal player +8 for positive of 12. But we have give them cake and feared police building of -5. 5, so that's 10 for propaganda. So we've got it. Yeah, okay, suppression. So right now we are all green. Well, good. I would just rather have an effect that said, Great Depression effect, reduce industry by 10%, 20%, or whatever nationwide, than have, or even regionally. You can do it regionally if you do that kind of stuff. Okay, large battery capacity, that is here. That's going to be part of long range. That's more just anti-attack. Okay, tactical air command. So I think that's one of these. Maybe not. Oh, maybe it's over here. Yes, okay, 38. We'll see about getting back to some of those. Yeah, let's do keep up some of the ground crew morale here. I think what I'm going to do is the huge news in politics, more ruling party support, more national unity. So let's go with this. Huge news. Hey, politics here. Will be a pop-up. Maybe it'll be next month. Take away some of the money and actually give us the effects. Okay, industrial zone organization. Nice. Under construction. Yeah, 41. Okay, we'll let that continue. Fighter pilot training events. We've been doing that for a while, I know. Okay, we're actually going to let that go. Our fighter pilots organized. And finally, flying boat prototype. Okay, grayed out as expected. Operation Westerborn. Germany has decided. Okay, well, let's take. Okay, well, let's take a. Germany has yet to be able to crush this, whatever the hell, I don't know it is. At war, Germany and Slovakia. I don't get why the AI can't. Probably have surrounded it, but I do notice, like the beginning of this episode, they have pushed back into Offenburg and have re-secured the front lines. And they have gone to war with Norway, it looks like, so far, because that has, and Germany, now a member of the Allies. So, okay, so Germany has gone to war with these. I don't know if there's any scripted invasions. I think that would be only fair. So much of Black Ice is, oh, yeah, I would say that those are scripted. Yeah, with up here, yeah. So I don't think Germany has the actual capability of getting anything up there. Okay, well. Got a lot of upgrades to do and reinforcements to do. And we're now producing carrier aircraft, which is good, which will take some time, but will get done before the war starts. Like I say, I think with all of this production, and this is totally unscientific, and I'm not even sure that I'm matching. I'm pretty sure with the carriers we're doing a lot more. CSS Randolph, I don't remember that one. Or USS Randolph, sorry. Ticonderoga, Franklin, yeah, but I thought that was a CVL, but I'm not. No, it's not a CVL. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know quite. Don't know carrier names, but we've got a lot of carriers and a lot of battleships, and I'm hopefully not to have too much of a I wonder if it's going to force me into a Pearl Harbor by just simply starting a war and taking away my ships. I don't know. Okay. And okay, we have transports and escorts. Very good. A lot of both of those, so we very well may make more of them. What I'm going to do now, though, is come out here. These have no defenses, so what we're going to do is we're going to build a coastal fort and a coastal fort. Again, I don't like that Guam has been separated into two. I just don't like it. We'll do beach defense, beach defense. We'll do that. And we'll make sure we have horses. I know the guy who did these changes asked me, came on one of the streams and asked me if I liked them, and I told him no. It's two points. One, the AI are just, even if this is, and this is probably something like, I don't even know if they had this much of a garrison on Guam. I don't even know if they had any sort of garrison really on Guam. I just don't remember hearing about the Battle of Guam. Heard about the Battle of Wake Island a lot, so they definitely had and it was a Marine Corps group up here. But it wasn't 5,000 soldiers. I think it was in the hundreds, but maybe 1,000 or something. I don't know. I get that there was, like with the Battle of Guam, the Americans land and whatnot, and not just to have an invading force and a defending beach force. The problem with this is the AI and the scale of this game. If it was a battalion or even brigade scale game, meaning you don't have full divisions, you just have brigades, then this is pretty good, but not the way it is done here. So here we're going to do this because I think this will help as well as that. And yeah, we might as well start now and do a fortress. We're fortifying these islands. Admiral King, which I recently dropped Chinafil's channel, watched a biography of him. He, unhappily for him at the time, but maybe happily for America, Johnson Island. Yeah, that's like all of Johnson Island, guys. And that's, I'm pretty sure, after the war started. But maybe not, because, like I was saying, Admiral King he wants to get in charge of naval aviation, the carriers, because he had, for a while, commanded the Lexington. He had commanded the Lexington for a while, captained it. Wanted to get command of all of them, but he was a very sort of aggressive type person and made enemies within the Navy. They foiled him from doing that, but he, instead of got that, he got command of shore base naval aviation. Well, he went about reorganizing things, including building a lot of and planning a lot of the basing out in the Pacific for that. So that we were much better prepared. Massive amounts of, well, that's a lot of stuff, but we got to do it now if we're going to do it. Some of the stuff's going to take a while, so let's even dump all of this. It's not going to be much. Dump that down. Unfortunately, well, okay, we'll get some of these light cruisers, which will be a little bit, but some of these will be all the way until August. Hopefully continue to, oh, one thing we can do here, we don't need, yeah, yeah, we can do that. Coal mining, yay. Desert warfare equipment, great. Oh, we're doing Arctic warfare. We will need to do jungle warfare. We might wait a bit on that one. We got 1940 security units. Okay. No longer needing them for the home front, but hopefully anymore. Yay, green. The marine holes advances, great. Now here we are going to most assuredly push right forward on that and move it to the top. And we'll stop that. Fully being researched, because those, once we start building those, we want them a lot. 105 ICs already. Good. Our state of emergency will go away. Or no, that's maybe because of tips for the British 5% down. Okay, network advance. I'm on target, yes. Yes, please. Take our hit early, get it done. Okay, so national unity is the same, just upping organization regain rate by a minor fraction, but still helpful. Other effects elements are also helpful. Okay, steel armor. Casting. Okay. We still can't take this. This is ridiculous, but okay. Well, looks like the scripted invasion is going okay. And that's not scripted, I don't think. Just invading Denmark. Okay, they still haven't gotten a port, which is bad. I guess they're thinking they're going to march south and hook up. I don't know. If there is anything here, which I'm presuming there is, because they didn't just take Narvik. Yeah, they're going this way. They're taking more terrain. Nope, not with their ramp. Nope. Nice. Because you get both of this effect here, supply throughput, plus whatever that will be when we click here. Installations. Yeah, I was sort of waiting for this to happen. Okay, we've lost the conquers there. We've lost this, so we can, well, you can see the improvement is, 0.2%, 0.2% on supply throughput. But what you're getting now currently is a total of these two for railway, and it was similar for road network. So supply transfer costs down 0. 0.07, I guess, yes. Supply throughput 25%, supply throughput 2.8%, so that would be 27.8% supply throughput and combined total. Supply production is plus 1%, sure. So throughput cost. And throughput costs for America is not going to be huge. I don't know. Maybe they're going to be. Don't know if they're going to run a lot of supplies out from. Yeah, they may be running lots of supplies out from Washington D.C. across America. I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that, running the supply cost, and then from here out via ships, or are they just going to maybe? Well, maybe I could manually do all the overseas stuff from like Washington D.C. out. That may be the way to do it. Maybe I'll see about doing that instead of having to come across the Pacific. But the real cost that reducing that little bit is the tax that it pays, as like for Germany to go through all of these provinces to get to the front, wherever the front is. So yeah, I'll have to look at America and try to make sure that most of my supplies going overseas comes out of Washington, D.C. or other sorts of nearby areas. Washington, D.C. itself does not have, as far as I know, it does not have any facilities. Nothing like this. Baltimore does, yes. Newport News does. That's probably where it should be, is down here. That is a naval base area. Norfolk most assuredly does. So, but Washington D.C. itself does not. Oh, well, Annapolis, no, it isn't. I don't know if there's one of these other places around here that has a large port, but nothing like that. That's gamey to me. Okay, so you're getting this, researching those technologies is a combination of these two things, and yeah, you want +1 to mechanical engineering, which is nice. For research elements on those fields, but where mechanical engineering is part of the calculation. So those are worth doing, in my opinion, to some point. And here, naval basing efficiency, that sortie penalty down, yes. So those are good. So I think we have. We get enough money. Need to invest more in our research. So I think it's 10,000. So we'll wait till it's 11 or 12 before we hit that. Yep. Invest in scientific, invest in our industry. We'll build up some more and get some of that going. Airport capabilities, advanced. I think, like I say, for the most part, we're shutting that down for a while. We've got to where we've got. We'll continue to. Oh, yes, I need to hit the paying for us for a while. Get that up there. Mm-hmm. Oh, HQs, very nice. Okay. Yeah, I see they're all 40, but let's come over here. Yeah, infantry firepower. We'll wait till we get some more money and invest. I will do this. Yeah. Heavy armor forging. Great. I was researching more battleship armor, battlecruiser armor, thickness, carrier thickness. Like I say, I don't know that we're going to go thicker on these anytime soon. We'll just sort of, hopefully we've gotten to a good state to build, to allow shifting to build up to other factors. Okay, so they've declared war on Luxembourg, Netherlands, and Belgium. Nope, we're not trading you with you, Iran. And because we've gone down in our IC usage because of things, now in the green there. Big news in politics is going to 5,000 money. Oh, that's going to run into that. Okay, well, infantry unit command and control. Maybe we should take some. I wish not Iran or somebody were to ask us for a couple of those big money things. They're still okay. This unit here is being chased south. Okay, expand our artillery factories. Okay, one in Charleston, nice, huge. Politics. So yeah, improvements. Some major, some light. All the way down to 345. All of the early railroads and well, Germany just has only one port here, which is probably enough to supply these forces, but I don't know if that's enough to take out Norway. Yes, you may have energy, Ireland. Okay, copper sales have. Now, probably the case is that Germany was not prepared to go to war with these nations and did not have forces here ready to go in. So far, I've not seen the Belgians or the Dutch advance into them. Airborne unit training. We'll just stop that. We'll wait a bit on some of those light cruisers to deploy them. Belgium probably had all of its, or most all of its army stacked up right here, which if Germany didn't have anything there, yes, you can have crude oil, they probably would move in. Okay, Germany is moving in there. Yemen. Getting some of those light cruisers out, which with the reduction, we're not even producing some of these guys. Ah, yeah, you see Cleve got taken by the Dutch. No, Germany is pushing in here. They're losing here. Oh, and they've lost their port down here. Is that a British invasion? Could be. Germany may lose in Norway. Well, they've got a port up here. That force is the Narvik force. Instead of taking Narvik, has marched down here and taken this base in Trondheim. So it's at least getting supplied there, presumably. Engine out. Let me take Oslo. Okay, HE ammunition has advanced high explosive for cruisers and advanced armor designs. So we'll stop that. They could take Oslo. That would be very useful for supplies for them. Export of aluminum. Okay, Soviet Union, we're trying to help you out, and we could also use the money, so great. Even though you're one of the evil nations doing bad things. Linked up, some supplies coming in now from Trondheim. In position, 4-engine airplanes. Okay, that gets us back to more or less neutral on party rally. Great, out a bit. Okay, mining, yes, good. 3 shares of the government money, yeah, down only 100. There we go. All warship surface. Well, now we have to see where what. Germans have taken back Cleve. Aluminum surplus is down to 2. Infantry radio. 42. Get to tank radio soon. Have pushed into Nijmegen and are cutting off Norway here. I mean, they still get supplies coming that way, but pushing around the top. Oh, and Germany has pushed into Vivers, or whatever you pronounce it, Vivers or something. I don't know, something French-like, presumably. Oh no, they're still just dealing with Trondheim as their port of supply. Landing craft flotilla is good. Yeah, we want to bigger and more effective invasion forces. And now they've got, what's it? Scavenger. Enter unit training. Okay, those are all 1940. And we're still just in May 1940, so we very likely will get a lot more done in 1940 with all of those, but sometimes some of these are available to be researched. Rolling artillery barrages, see? Submarines, good. I hope all those submarines were helping them build. Will be useful. Okay. Okay, we're going to keep going on this because I want my Marines to be super good. And torpedo boat classes advanced. Right, okay, let's get this over to destroyers. France, yes. I don't know if you'll last a year, but we'll go with that. Okay, now that we're at 12, invest in our industry, 10,000. Invest in our scientific community, 10,000. Well, see, it's consumer goods during peacetime, but we're currently using no consumer goods, so we don't need to invest in our industry unless they do. I don't know if it does spam us in a bunch of don't think it does. I think it's just this type of effect. It doesn't spam us in a bunch of ICs. Now, if I did and I'm messing that up, then that would have been useful. But right now, it's day to go by. We'll get to the next calendar day. Here we go. Motor torpedo advanced. They're grayed out, and we have back up to 83 approximately to do. Okay. That will be helpful. Self-propelled artillery, that'll be helpful. That very much is helpful. We'll do that. Okay, very good. They've gotten these ports back. That was probably a British invasion, or French, or Allies, whatever. Small warship air search radar has advanced. That is there and grayed out. Military police have advanced. I think that, yes. Well, we'll let that go. That will help our garrisons and whatnot. The garrison detachments on some of those islands be a little better. Desert unit training, yeah. Could start that. And it looks like Germany's got this. Well, they've just lost this up here. By Norwegians chasing them down from Narvik, but if they can get these couple of ports, I think they'll do it. Okay. FDR fireside chat at this moment with sadness throughout most of the world. I want to talk with you about a number of subjects that directly affect the future of the United States. We are shocked by the almost incredible eyewitness stories that come to us, stories of what is happening at this moment to the civilian populations of Norway, Holland, and Belgium, and Luxembourg, and France. Right. So that was very effective at convincing America that they need to care. We have, okay, we've lost the effect because we've traded some away. Right, okay. Now we're going to, ooh, we gotta wait a little. I think we're going to expand our gold mines. So they're pushing in pretty deep into here. Pushing around to there. And they've got Oslo. Okay. Well, good. Expand our capital shipyards, one in San Diego. All right, good. Armor plating in advance. That is for stop that. We're going to come, I just saw over here, we could do gyro sites. Yes, that would be very helpful. Well, I think we're going to end this episode here. I do want to thank you all for making it this far forward, and I want to I just want to thank you guys. We'll be back next time for even more, yes, more Hearts of Iron.